The everyday independent film producer is up against some very unfriendly odds. The glitz and glamour of Hollywood are glitzy and glamoury for a reason. Money dollars. Propelled by more and more. A propeller this size in the hands of an independent producer isn't even worth the joke it's made from. Slick maneuvers and fundamental efficiency make up a successful marketing campaign for your independent producer these days, as opposed to the brute force by your major Hollywood studio, which is still successful, but not in this documentary. We're going to examine the appropriate strategies of formulating a marketing campaign for a successful independent film. It's always wise to consider what kind of film you're making and who it's going to attract when released. Making a shit film will generally mean that it's not going to attract as many viewers as if it were a great film, for it's easier to develop a great marketing campaign if you have a great film as opposed to one that is crap, an example of which could be nothing more than a low-budget version of a studio film. Precisely as to why press and publicity can conjure up a film into a product of potential money dollars. People and trinkets will not go and see your movie if they are unaware of its existence, but there are rules to generating publicity about your film, usually all revolving around the concept of earthly and time. If you and your film are going to receive a full-page feature in a national newspaper, it ought to occur the week of release so you can score revenue from a theatrical screening, blockbuster rent, or whatever form of release it may relate to. Press releases should be professionally flung out every time your film reaches a high point of existence, from the announcement of your new production company to the release of new projects. But what would really bake your cake is a publicist, an elite from the world of being on the phone, meeting in meetings, distributing press materials and getting close and personal with the media. The problem is that you cannot actually afford one of these specimens, so if possible attempt to develop a relationship with an established public relations agency by putting them in your movie or something pathetic like that. If they could simply advise on strategy and alike throughout the production and marketing of your film. Ensure to use Mini-DV to shoot interviews and behind the scenes footage on set while filming your advanced film. These and some stills of similar nature could probably work in great effect to help the colossal concept of selling your baby, otherwise known as marketing your film. These marketing materials go great in press packs that you've no doubt had since the beginning of project conception and will now be updated. Studio production companies spend upwards of around $25 to $40 million in marketing, whereas an independent production company such as Fine Line Features spend anywhere from $500,000 to $3 million. Many people regard the internet as the most effective advertising medium for you to use in your marketing campaign. It's the one advertising tool that can give you a decent run with the major studios. You'd have to make a domain name with a .com extension and keep the name short and sweet for visitors to remember easily. Traffic monitoring software is absolutely necessary in order to keep in touch with the statistical data of your visitors, so you can adapt and learn how to properly develop your website in your market. Given enough time, your website can either flourish into a powerful means of local and global marketing, or it can flourish into one of those things that confuses and irritates seamlessly. So make a start on your website as soon as it's confirmed that your film is undergoing production. The website's initial ingredients should consist of biographies and information regarding the premise of the film. A weekly journal always sits nicely as it provokes visitors to tune in every week. Add production stills as soon as they become available, and in the final stages of post-production there's nothing wrong with stepping up a notch and adding streaming video trailers, but keep trailers short as to not chew up your bandwidth in an overly devastating manner.
I don't like trails.
I really don't like trolls.
Nuisance.
me somewhere.
Weird. Try the orange. Raw.
Why is your screen wobbling? It's the fan.
Early on in the making, provide an option for users to submit their email addresses so you can generate personalised mail merge updates to encourage revisiting. It'll take about 6 months for traffic patterns to develop consistency within your website, so remember to start it early. It is common for the first 3 months to show very little activity. In accordance with other types of film marketing such as TV, radio, print and outdoor opportunities, so to speak, the independent producer should have a marketing campaign that covers all of these aspects. Of course, these aspects of film marketing generally have a far greater positive correlation between money dollars spent and public coverage achieved, as opposed to the far more democratic internet. It's about the uniqueness of methods used that allows independent producers to still manage with such a low budget relative to major studios. TV is an expensive medium to advertise on, so if independents choose to use it, they should maximise their cash dollars on especially targeted TV ad purchases and promotional spots or free coverage, say in the form of interviews to the press. And putting their used to attract unconventional audiences, hence the similarity in term. What tends to be associated with the term grassroots approach to film marketing is taking your film directly to likely audiences before it has been screened theatrically. An example of which would be to take it on, say, a nationwide tour of colleges and, no doubt, conferencing with the press, students, and distributing flyers, that kind of thing, answering a lot of questions, interviews. Answering a lot of questions, interviews. Film festivals, the timely partners of independent distributors, can be golden opportunities for impressing smaller markets. Take your cast along with yourself to the festivals if you have the time and aren't already into your next script. Festivals may be looking to affiliate with celebrities and you may need media coverage. Film festivals are essential for creating what I'd like to term reverse reverberation on the intended theatrical release. As long as the reaction to your film is generally positive, film festivals can supply you with early quotes and a reputation for your film for the theatrical exhibitors. But
Hey, how you going? You're invited to this film festival. It's on the 22nd. So
don't become a film festival junkie. Just because you'll keep getting invited to more and more festivals, there's always more important things to be doing. In the end of the day, independents basically have to work harder than everybody else. They have to spend very conservatively, make long-term investments in propagating awareness for their film, and exercise as much